We'll call this special Caddo Parish Commission budget meeting to order. May we have the roll call, please?
Dominic.
Here.
McCullough. Pearson.
Present.
Lynn.
Present.
Jenkins. Present. Diker.
Here.
Lynch. Escudero.
Here.
Thibodeau.
Here.
Cox. Smith.
Here.
Epperson. Sir.
Thank you very much. If we please stand for prayer, and I'd ask Commissioner Smith to lead us in the pledge. I'll lead us in the prayer. Heavenly Father, be with us today and help us review the fine work that our people have done so that we can improve the condition of the parish and have another good year. We ask your special blessings and prayers and thoughts be with Officer Prunty today as they lay him to rest. And we ask that you protect our city and all our men and women in uniform, not only here but all over the world, who sacrifice so much to keep us safe and protect us. We ask this in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Turn to face the flag and repeat after me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What in the shit did you do, Mama? No, what's wrong?
Okay, is there anyone here who would like to address the commission at this time? Please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please.
Hello, I'm Ann Fumarolo, and my address is 7549 University, Shreveport. I want to come here today and talk to you about SciPort, and of course ask you for your support for SciPort. And one of the things when I was talking to one of the commissioners is that I do understand that it's all about what you can also take back to your district. And sometimes you think of SciPort as just one district, that we're in just one district. But I want to let you know what the monies that you do give us, really that we reinvest our money back out into your districts. This year, we had a wonderful program. Weiler called us and asked if they had a bunch of backpacks and could we do something to help them out. So in August, we said, sure, these backpacks for underprivileged kids throughout the entire Caddo Parish. We'll open up SciPort for you for the entire day. They came, and 325 kids came in and got their back-to-school supplies, and a free trip to SciPort and a free IMAX movie. And we did it by just opening our doors. We also right now are working with Oil City, Shreve Island, and Caddo Heights Elementary we've put together a new science academy where the kids come through us and they're in a pipeline for the health sciences. One of our really exciting programs that we're just starting is we're working with Southwood High School. They have a BioStart program, and we're now working with their feeder schools to feed kids into BioStart, which is a biology careers, and so they come to SciPort twice a week to work on the middle schoolers do. We also, funding fell apart last year for some of our outreach programs, and so I have staff right now who volunteer and do not get paid just because they're awfully wonderful people to maintain our juvenile justice program. We go to the juvenile center and work with them on a continuing basis for the kids who are incarcerated. One of our really exciting programs also was the J.S. Clark program. We got $35,000 we asked for to go over and do an after-school program with J.S. Clark where they learn absolute research skills. What we were really excited about was 34 kids joined the program last year. We ended up with 33 of them finishing 5 months later. We only lost one. The program was so well done that we're also doing it right now, the same program in Union Parish. So we're running over to Union Parish and doing that program for them. One really cool program we're doing is the one at Huntington High School. This was for the kids who are at risk of dropping out. We went over and said, what can we do? We got the parents on board, and we said we're going to do some investigatory skills for them. The kids literally cried, I think, the first day that they put them on a bus and told them they had to go to SciPort. Again, they were with us for 6 months, and we only lost 4 kids out of the 24. So we had 20 teenagers coming, and after the 3rd week, they asked if we could extend the program from 2 nights a week to 3 nights a week. So we really and truly are doing a ton. We're right now working at 2 different schools doing after-school programming. We're at Sunset Acres and we're at Moortown doing our after-school programming in those areas. And we also have schools from all of the Title I schools are invited to our school to be doing after-school programming too, so we do after-school boarding program at site. So we really do reach out and look for funds to do programming in every one of your districts. The monies that you support with SciPort, yes, they're funneling in, and you know that they're working with all of the little kid programs. What is it? I'll come up with it. All the little babies are coming in through the programming, and we're having our half-price days. And as you requested, we were able to make it where people have to show an ID that says they're from Caddo Parish to get in on their free days. So did make that change, so it is strictly for the Caddo Parish people. And we're using the money to help with any Title I schools that don't have funds. So I want you to know that we appreciate your money, and we are really committed to this community and to the kids. And once I've just told you about how strong we are educationally, we are also that tourism people that bring 200,000 people down to the riverfront every year, so we have a very large economic impact. I have over 85 employees. We have a $3.5 million budget, so a lot of people make their living working at Cyport that's reinvested in the community. The last thing is, I love our community, and I stood here 3 years ago, my very first meeting, very afraid. And I am on the board of directors of the Association of Science and Technology Centers. It represents all science and technology centers in the entire world. And I've convinced them to look at Shreveport as the site for their next conference. And so last year it was in Honolulu. And we are now down to the final four because of the proposals that we've put in. And this conference will bring 2,500 people to Shreveport for an entire week. If we get picked for the conference, and we're down to the final four. This is a wonderful community. We know at Cyport we're part of the community and making it greater, and I want to thank you for your support. And I also want to thank all of the people who are going off of the commission for being such a friend of Cyport, and I wish you all well. And I'll see anything questions you have, I'll be happy to answer them.
Anyone have any questions? Thank you for coming today. We appreciate it. I think that everybody is aware of what you do, and we appreciate what you do. And I'll just give you a thought for future reference that the Charter of Caddo Parish provides that none of our actions are district specific. So probably a little, but you're probably a little misled by that. Unlike the police jury system, we deal with the greater good throughout the whole parish. But we appreciate the work you do, and glad to hear about the conference, because that way when it comes, we'll know who did it, because Cheers Bureau will take credit for it, and that way we'll know who brought it here. So thank you. I'm sorry. Well, Carl slipped me a note, and I had to say that. Anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? All right, if not, we'll go to new business. We have Mr. Wilson.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
It's my challenge to read this whole budget book to you in about 15 minutes or less. Okay, so I'm going to try to stick to our rule, no more than 15 minutes. But actually, my budget message is about 10 pages. I'm not going to even do that. I'm just going to kind of highlight a few areas for you. And I know you all are super duper smart and you can read it for yourselves.
That'll be a refreshing change. Shoot for the hip for a change. Entertain us.
Okay, well, there's a certain part of my script that I need to read verbatim to you, but the other parts I just want to highlight. Okay, and but anyway, without any further ado, in compliance with Article 6 of Section 6.02 of the Caddo Parish Home Rule Charter, the Parish Administration is pleased to submit its proposed 2011 budget document for consideration and adoption by the Caddo Parish Commission. The annual parish budget represents one of the most important public policy documents that the Commission will enact during the course of the year, and it reflects the resources, strategies, and goals for the parish in delivery of public service to our citizens. The accounting and the budgeting format is designed to afford you an easy, readable, and understandable budget with detailed breakdown of expenditures for the various departments and funds. As it is our practice, this budget we present to you represents the balanced budget for 2011, reflective of prudent and sound financial management and the optimization of taxpayers' dollars which they are investing towards the operation of parish government. You will find that the budget addresses the most urgent operational needs, capital improvement initiative, support of parish agencies, economic development, and social programs. In addition, this proposed budget prepares the parish government to meet the unique challenges that must be addressed to protect, preserve, and enhance the quality of life for our citizens. The Parish Commission and Administration is committed to the provision of quality service delivery programs that, to that end, is proposing to continue existing programs and services at the present level. A review of the proposed budget clearly illustrates the parish's commitment to provide those fundamental public services that are highly valued by our citizens, such as public safety, road infrastructure improvement, maintaining the parish jail system, the recreational program. The parish administration has made a concerted effort to improve its collaboration efforts with all local agencies and state government in an effort to more efficiently utilize available resources and minimize the overall tax burden on individual taxpayers. The parish administration will continue to pursue strategic partnerships that will improve the options and enable the staff to work smarter and more efficiently. Over the past 10 years, the Commission has been on a path towards achieving financial excellence. On October the 12th, 2010, as you all know, that the Parish Commission made a presentation before the Standard & Poor's rating agency. And certainly we are already aware of the outcome. We didn't get that. Not because of our finances, it's because of other things that's beyond our control. In 2009, when we appeared before the rating agency, one of the issues that held us back from attaining the AAA rating was the average household income per capita household income, which was not high enough. I'm pleased to say that came up considerably this year when we looked at that data. However, in 2010, when we went back to the rating agency, they told us that we did not have enough diversity in the technology sector of our community. So it sounds like a future opportunity for us. What we plan to do in the next 12 to 24 months is to go back again. And we're going to keep going. As John said earlier, Commissioner Exeter said earlier, we got the silver medal, but we want to go back for the gold medal. And what I like to recommend to the Commission is perhaps that you all take the lead in sponsoring some type of community economic development forum to discuss how we can collaborate and leverage our resources for greater impact. Perhaps the outcome of this effort would help other local agencies' effort towards getting a higher bond rating. Because when we get a higher bond rating, it benefits the entire region, just not only Caddo Parish. Now, I cannot always state the state administration's appreciation for the confidence that the citizens of the parish have placed in us by approving the 2007 bond issuance. The impact of having this resource has allowed us to accomplish many needed facility repairs over the past 3 years, which as a result have been far-reaching and cost-effective. In 2012, we will have completely invested all of the 2007 bond money for the completion of capital projects. I applaud the Commission's actions in allowing the administration to issue $6 million in limited reserve bonds this year to pay for the installation of energy-saving devices and a new roof at the Caddo Correctional Center. This initiative will significantly reduce energy consumption, improve security operations, and lower the maintenance costs while not raising any new taxes. According to some of the state economists, as most states across the nation address recovery efforts after the downturn in the national economy, Northwest Louisiana has done an exceptional job in weathering the storm. It is worth mentioning that our economy has not felt the full effects of the recession. With this in mind, the parish maintained in good financial conditions, and we are proud to be consistent leaders among the top parishes within the state in regard to our low debt ratio, which is far below that would be expected of a parish of our size. The organization has consistently garnered the GOFA award for budget process, and also our exceptional financial audits are indicative of our efforts to achieve a standards of financial excellence. One of the major contributing factors which has led to our improved financial prosperity is the discovery and the development of the Haynesville Shale, which has been a game changer for the parish and for our citizens. The Haynesville Shale activities have brought with it many financial benefits, such as increased sales and use tax, job opportunities for our citizens, Over the past 3 years, the parish has received approximately $38 million in lease bonus and royalty payments. I again applaud the commission for transferring some of the oil and gas monies to shore up the reserve trust fund. This action will help ensure that the parish has the ability to effectively respond to contingency situations while still maintaining the ability to use these funds for any worthwhile projects. The Caddo Parish Commission has been very effective in demonstrating effective leadership, both in financial as well as its community involvement, by leading the way to make Caddo Parish a great place to live, to invest, and to raise our families. The leadership position that the Commission has taken in crafting an oil and gas ordinance, which calls for permitting heavy loads on our roads, will protect our road infrastructure and save thousands of dollars for taxpaying citizens. And I'm pleased to let you know that this component, the inspection component of the ordinance, is going very well, and I think it's going to be very effective for us in the months to come. Because of the Commission's proven physical leadership and relatively healthy local economy, our budget is structurally sound. The administration will continue to exercise sound physical management across all departments, budgets to ensure that we are prepared to rapidly respond to changing service demands within our existing resources. The overall spending forecast is projected to be consistent with priorities and our needs. Here's some issues that's impacting the 2011 budget. The 2011 budget represents a sustainable work plan that positions us to better achieve our mission and priorities in the coming year, while being ever mindful of the potentially changing economic conditions across the nation. I just want to talk briefly about the local economy and prudent physical management, then also what goes on parish-wide initiatives. The economy of Northwest Louisiana looks very bright in spite of what's taking place on a national level. Organizations such as the North Louisiana Economic Partnership are working very hard to bring prospective business to our area. The partnership is also working on several promising projects that will have a significant economic impact on the entire region for many years to come. In addition, the Port of Shreveport Bossier is continuing to grow and bring additional employment prospects to the area. Barksdale Air Force Base was selected as the Global Strike Command headquarters at Barksdale. The new command will bring with it hundreds of jobs, high-paying jobs, and generate a local economic impact of $2 billion. Also, I'm pleased to note in this economy profile that the Cyber Innovation Center located in Bossier City is already completely leased out. And they have on the drawing boards now a second building, which is twice as big as the first building that they constructed. So I just think that that will have a tremendous economic impact on us, and the sphere of impact is a radius of 300 miles. So we will definitely benefit from that. Prudent physical management. The department's heads and their staff will continue to work diligently to effectively administrate all respective budgets and the delivery of quality service to our customers, which are our citizens. The continuous budget review by department heads, directors of finance, and the parish administrator's office, and the commission. The estimated year-end general fund balance for 2011 budget has been determined to be approximately $10.9 million, which represents 120% of the general fund expenditure. Parish-wide initiatives. As you may note, we continue to keep us at the forefront of our initiatives. We're looking at and we try to position ourselves to deal with the shortfall in the juvenile services budget, which is about $2.4 million this year, and it had been for the several past years. Constantly rising medical and operating costs at the Caddo Correction Center. Increase in health claims with the group insurance fund. The creation of utility district for the parish citizens so we can provide potable water for the future of our parish. The combat to the giant Sylvania plant, which is really proliferating and taking over a lot of area lakes. We will continue to fight that everywhere we can. And we also, the initiatives of economic development initiatives are at the forefront of what we do. And last, under the initiatives is to further discuss the possibility of crafting a master plan for the I-49 corridor and perhaps other areas of the parish, south of the parish, as we deem necessary by this board. The budget organization is pretty simple. The budget document is divided into several sections with 4 major sections: the narrative, the budget overview, capital budget, and fund balances. Our budget overview for 2011 is a balance in net reserve funds, reserve funds to meet total expenditures for 2011. The fund balance is approximated only to the extent of the appropriations exceed estimated revenues. The revenue forecast is as follows. Most economists predict an excellent economic outlook for Northwest Louisiana, and I'm glad to be here for that fact alone, and others, especially given the impact of the Haynesville Shale. Accordingly, the budget includes a 1.6% increase in property tax revenues from the budget of $49.9 million in 2010 to $50.7 million for 2011. This is a modest increase given the assessment reduction of the General Motors plant, which was previously one of our top 10 taxpayers. Sales tax are budgeted at $9 million for 2011 compared to $7.5 million budgeted for 2009. A 20% increase, which is quite modest given the significant level of sales tax since 2007, over $13 million per year. Property taxes and sales tax comprise 82% of the parish's total revenue, and both are expected to increase due to the effects of the Haynesville Shale. The Haynesville Shale will result in additional use in oil and gas equipment, thereby increasing property taxes and increasing retail sales because of substantial lease bonuses that are being paid to residents. The parish has conservatively estimated $2 million a year in revenue for oil and gas revenues for 2011 because of the uncertainty in this revenue source. We would like for it to be much higher, but we think conservatively $2 million a year is the correct ballpark to be in. The majority of the parish revenue sources, such as gaming and the state shared revenues, are expected to remain constant in 2011. Fund balance reserve. The fund balance reserve in 2011 is expected to decrease by $22 million to $138 million from an estimated beginning fund balance of $160 million. The majority of the decrease in this is associated with funding capital projects. The parish issued $30 million in general obligation bonds in 2007 to 2009 to acquire, equip, construct, or improve major capital facilities. Capital projects increased from $19.4 million in 2010 to $28.5 million in 2011. Bond proceeds will be used to fund $10.6 million of capital projects, and road revenues will fund $14 million. Capital project comprises 30% of the budget, of the parish's budget for the coming year. Expenditures. The parish 2011 proposed expenditures excluding the Shreve Memorial Library, the Biomedical Research Center, which are not managed by the parish commission, is $74,522,327. Okay. An increase of over 19.8% over the 2010 budget. The following items address the factors associated with the increase. Salaries. The 2011 budget provides for an average of 5% pay adjustment. Merit increase are provided up to 3%, with the majority of employees expected to receive a 2% increase and a cost of living adjustment provided at 2%. The budget position, including the parish funded agencies, is 446, a net increase of 6 positions. The parish will add 3 positions for the new commercial vehicle enforcement unit, which we have already taken the steps to do and under your authorization and approval this year. And we'll add 3 positions to the courthouse workforce. And just as a note here, the courthouse workforce and at the height of 2004 was 46 employees. They're down to 36 now, and they just need the additional people to help keep up with the constant demands of the work, which was not reduced as a result of being the forced reduction that we took a few years ago. And we're also adding back to the animal services one full-time ACO position. The health insurance, the premium is expected to increase by 10%. Our actuaries is telling us it should be higher, but we think there's something we can live with the personnel receiving a 10% increase. And this is attributable to the high increase in medical costs, not only locally, but across the nation. The juvenile services revenue in the juvenile justice funds are anticipated to be $3.7 million, and with expenses of $6.1 million. So we have to result in a deficit of $2.4 million. So we continuously have challenges, and we thank the great citizens of our parish for allowing us back in 2007 to move some money around from Public Works to the Criminal Justice Fund, which we are using to fill the gap in the shortfall that occurs in that department. The debt service expenses are expected to increase by 39%. The parish obtained approval from the voters in May of 2007 to issue $30 million in bonds for various capital projects. The last $10 million of the $30 million was issued in 2009. The additional debt service payment for these bonds are reflected in the 2011 budget. The parish has a 1.75 millage. We went down from 1.95 this year to 1.75, dedicated to pay for the payment of debt service principals and the interest. Capital improvements. The parish has increased the capital outlay program by $9.1 million in 2011 over 2010. The increase in capital outlay program includes an increase in the road treatment program of $1 million, a $2.8 million road project for the reconstruction of Linwood Road, $7 million project for the energy services performance contract, and a new roof at Caddo Correction Center. And also, we need to add that $1 million of upgrade for the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office, which includes a new substation to eliminate the flooding condition of the unit out south of the parish. Future outlook. The challenge of providing service within available resources will continue to be an issue for Caddo Parish for years to come. The Commission, along with the Caddo Parish Administration, must address short and long-term financial concerns to ensure resources are available to meet future needs and to allow for continuity of services. It is true that the future is bright. However, the key in taking advantage of the future opportunities will be to be our resolve to make wise investments in our future. It is very important that we plan ahead by anticipating the tremendous opportunities and revenues from the Haynesville Shale, and the completion of the Interstate 49 will bring with it. For this reason, it is paramount that we engage our local partners in effective community planning and development through the creation of an I-49 corridor development plan, which will take into account smart growth and infrastructure support. Another matter that our future demands is that we address the issue of having sufficient water supply to all areas of the parish. With the uncertainty of the groundwater situation, we must aggressively address future options that will ensure safe drinking water for all citizens of the parish. The creation of the regional water and distribution system is one of the most important undertakings that we can engage in to secure our future. I applaud the Commission for taking the lead and bringing all the community leaders to the table to plan the parish's future. We have to come to an understanding that we can no longer think in isolated terms, but continue to work towards approaching various projects with a regional perspective. We must continue to realize that we are not separated by the Red River. To the contrary, the river connects us. Our willingness to work with officials from the region and across the state has propelled us to a leadership position of prominence within the state. Finally, we must position ourselves and our resources to be ready to take to make the most of the economic opportunities when they come along. It is not our resources that will make the difference in this endeavor. It is our willingness to engage in new ways of doing business by looking for ways to ensure that infrastructure is in place to support economic development. We cannot afford to do any less on this matter because the quality of life for future generations of Caddo citizens are at stake. As a way of acknowledgement, this budget development process has been a team effort. Department heads, the Caddo Parish Commission, the Caddo Parish workforce, and parish agencies deserve recognition for demonstrating collaboration and creativity in developing this budget, which will be used as a work plan for 2011. And I personally like to thank Ms. Erica Bryan and Ms. Haley Barnett, along with their staff, for doing a tremendous job. All the department heads worked very hard on this budget, as well as getting oversight and directions from the commission. This has been a total team effort, and I appreciate that. And the parish of Caddo is financially sound and continue to practice prudent financial management in order to present you a budget that is balanced and within available resources. The 2011 budget reflects the Commission's financial discipline to ensure that the funds are available for current and future community needs. Your leadership has allowed us to better align our resources towards our most important priorities. And I'd like to thank you for your continued support that you have given us and confidence that you place in us in being able to develop strategic plans that will guide us to our financial future. And President Escudé, that concludes my budget message to the Commission, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Wilson? Anybody? I'm not seeing anything here, so. No? Okay. Woody, we appreciate all your work, staff, and everything, and we've had a good year, and we'll have a better year, and I want to thank you and the staff. I want to thank all of my colleagues. We're in the shape we're in today because despite what personally we'd like to do at times, we just keep a check on our fiscal house, and it's paid long-term dividends, and I'm pleased with our bond review from Moody's. Like you said, we were going for the gold, and it's like the Olympics. We'll try again in 4 years. Basically, from what I'm understanding now, to let you know and come to see, is that the only way we're going to get the gold is when we don't owe any money. And that's about the only way to achieve it. It means you're perfect. And though we're not perfect, we're going to strive to continue to get there. And I appreciate all your hard work. And what I appreciate most of all is the fact that you and your staff take the direction from this body and carry it forward. It's kind of like, to use a military analogy, the chairmen of the Joint Chiefs of Staff meet, and they give you what our objectives are, and you're the commander, and you got to do it, get it done, and y'all get it done, and I'm pleased to have you, and appreciate all your effort. And I'm not going to compliment you anymore because y'all are good enough about doing that among yourselves, so.
I was supposed to ask what's going on here to giving you all those compliments.
Then you had to add in that little side. My wife says, you can't ever give me a compliment without a backhand somewhere in there. Okay, no more questions for the administrator. We'll proceed, and then we'll get back to that.
Okay.
The budget has been introduced. I'm not clear, it's Todd's first agenda, and I'm not sure. Do we need to vote to accept the budget? I'll entertain a motion to accept the budget. It's been moved by Commissioner Pearson and seconded by Commissioner Baker. Is there any discussion on this?
It's just for introduction.
We're accepting it. It's in our court now. That's all.
And we to set those dates for the public hearing and the...
Yeah, we'll set the dates as suggested. The public hearing being November 18th and the adoption on December the 9th. Is there any discussion on the motion? All right, let's vote, please. All right. I guess it passed. I've got a different control here. Everybody's learning around here. Yes, it passes. Okay, Mr. Wilson? Clark?
And when's the adoption? I mean,
As you all know, this is
Sit on his thing, man, that's what he
this
said.
year's last day, official day with us. And we really want him to get out of here without us, showing our appreciation for the many years of
Where is he?
faithful devotion that he has given to the parish of Caddo. So we have a presentation we'd like to make.
We need to get him in here
Drag
first.
him in here.
You're up to the mic, man.
Come on. Y'all come on. Who's that guy?
Who's that?
Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry, you got someone older than you just walked in.
Yeah. I just been using.
Jerry, I'm going to have to give you some workout tips when you get out here, so you'll be able to deal with this item we're going to give you, okay? Okay.
Like I'm gonna have to build over my house. Media shit.
Wow, that's not bad. That is nice. Isn't that nice?
At 1838 is when you first came to work.
He's a heavy.
Yeah, Cindy, y'all get, yes. Y'all need to get some of this in the newspapers, huh? Media's not here. Channel 3. We can't make them come, brother, we asked them to. Don't tell them what's going on? Yeah. You're kidding. No. So we're gonna fight those again. Yes, thank you very much. You should have thought of nowhere. Me and Carl were going to be arguing with each other. We're gonna fire him. Yeah. Then they did that.
What did the, I don't know if folks in the audience got to see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So y'all got it on the screen? They got it on the screen, they said, okay.
Hold it up right there, Woody, for the next 30 minutes.
Hell, he could.
I just want to, on behalf of the commission, thank Jerry for all his hard work. I've known him quite a long time, as most of you have. Ken and I have known him for a very long time. And he was the first commission clerk, and when we went to home rule charter. And I'm not going to stay here and say a whole lot of stuff because I don't want to inflate his ego, but I'll just tell you this. It's my personal opinion that Jerry's just a good man. And I'm proud to have worked with him and honored to know him.
Jerry, on behalf of the men and women of the organization, we want to make sure that you still walk out the door without really having to understand how much we appreciate you and what you have done for the parish. On the way out the door, could you bless my pen so I can have it right in the building that you have? Want my pen? But anyway.
God bless your keyboard.
Okay. But Jerry, I certainly, I'm going to miss the convenience of coming downstairs and talk to you when I need to have someone to talk to about issues I was dealing with. You've been a very effective sounding board for me to give me good, honest advice. And when I left your office, I always felt different. More enthused and more energized to do a better job. Yes, sir, and I appreciate our talks. So I'm going to miss that, so hopefully we can make arrangements to have lunch together in the future. If you're not too busy doing all the honeydew stuff that your wife will have planned. So I really appreciate you all that you do, Parish. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Speech.
Speech?
Show her how to get my board up. I cannot see speaking requests, please. I know she's just kind of learning. Let Jerry speaking and we'll let y'all comment.
You know, I'm not one given to lengthy speeches other than on paper, and then I don't know when to stop, but I do appreciate this, gentlemen and ladies. Totally unprepared, had no clue whatsoever. But it has been my pleasure to serve this body through the years and watch it grow and progress and see all the things that it has been able to accomplish in its existence. I think you've got a record of service and accomplishment to be proud of, and I was glad to have been a part of it. And I'll wish you all the best as you continue on, and I no longer have to deal with it, so. Thank you.
Oh, man. Too many mouses up here. Thank you. Okay, we're getting on to speak. Jay, there will be no resolution, because how do you write a resolution for the master of resolutions? Well, that would have been a little self-serving.
Bring in all of my superlatives.
Commissioner Epperson?
Jerry, I'd like to thank you and let you know that I've enjoyed the time that we spent together. As I've often stated, there's no person that's better at articulating words and resolutions or compiling the minutes during the places I've had an opportunity to see minutes. And just for the record, sometime I get on the web and look at other people's minutes, and I don't think there's anyone that can top what you do with the minutes as well as your resolutions. However, I think even above that, having been here for the length of time that you've been here and having to serve the amount of bosses that you've had to serve, I just don't see how that hair isn't as white as mine is at this time. So we appreciate what you've done, and we offer our blessing to you in the future and your lovely family, and we wish you well.
As Commissioner Epperson said, I'd like to personally thank you for the job you do on the minutes, because I know you've cleaned up a lot of stuff that some of us wish we would have said over the years. I just thought I'd get it out there. Ken was trying to be a little discreet. I feel you, Ken. Commissioner Diamondale.
Yeah, he's trying to clean up all of your things that you said, John.
This is the time we go there, because that's far, baby. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Okay. Smart.
Jerry, I've got to know you over the years when, I was the attorney before I was on the commission, and I just, I'm going to miss you as the last several years I've served on the commission, that you've done an outstanding job. As Commissioner Epperson said, the resolution and your words are just outstanding. Your knowledge of history and the things about Caddo Parish is just second to none. I'd ask that he give me a copy of his report when we did the anniversary, and I got it finally, got it today on this day that he's leaving, but that was an outstanding job, and I appreciate you giving that to me, and just appreciate all the wonderful things you've done for the parish, and wish you the best of luck, Jerry.
Thank you. Commissioner Lynn.
Thank you, Jerry. It was about 3 years ago this time that Giff Gillen brought me in here, and we rooted around your office and visited with you, and you gave me the lowdown as diplomatically as you could as to how I could do a good job as a commissioner, and I felt fortunate that I was able to spot a location for that old 7-Up bottle that I had hanging around my house forever, that I was looking for a place for it to have a home, and I'm glad it has a home with you. And thank you for your friendship and all the advice that you've given me in the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lynn. I feel like Don Corleone. I didn't realize till just today it was Commissioner Gillen that put you on us.
He's still working it.
I thought it was Barzini all along, Okay. Commissioner Pearson.
Jerry sings. That's one thing. I don't know how many commissioners had the pleasure of hearing him sing, but he sings exceptionally well. He's made us look good, but especially
especially me. I've had a couple of publications that we've had fortunate enough to be president and for him to help you with the president's message, and I've gotten credit for so many things I didn't say. and it's all because of how Jerry uses his words, and I've always loved to read the proclamations and resolutions, and I try to read them or get them early enough so I can do them justice, because he'll have some words in there that they don't say a lot in Allendale. So I try to make sure that I try to do those resolutions and proclamations justice when I do read them. But I'll miss that, and I'll miss our conversations. But I'm going to get his email address so we can keep shooting him those emails just in case I need to look good once or twice more. And we'll see what we can do to garner that help. But I hope you enjoy yourself and cooling around out there in the country and cutting down trees and then planting trees and then cutting them down again and then building something and then tearing it down and then building something else. But I just hope you enjoy it, and you and your family, and I just really enjoyed our time together.
Thank you, Coach. For the record, some of those words have never been heard in Baltimore. When I came here way back then, thank God for Google's thesaurus. I'm telling you. Commissioner Baker.
Just want to say thank you so much for your help and everything that you've done for me, being the new kid on the block, and how you just kind of taken me under your wing and just kind of like every question I would ask, you had an answer for it, and I really appreciate that. And I wish you well and hope you enjoy yourself. And I know we've had some long conversations about some things that you like to do, and you make me think about one of these days when I grow up, I'm going to do the same thing.
Bless your heart.
So, thank you so much and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Commissioner Baker. Commissioner Thibodeau.
I'm not going to say anything about your literary skills, but because the most important thing I've heard said today about Jerry Spears is that Jerry Spears is a good man.
Good man.
And to me, that's the most important thing that was said, and that was the most important thing about your tenure here with the commission, that Jerry Spears is a good man.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Smith.
Jerry, now that you have a little free time, you can come by my office and I'll buy you lunch anytime so I can talk to you and get your advice.
You'll see you Monday. Commissioner Jenkins.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to join everyone else in saying that it's certainly been a pleasure working with you. And I remember when I came on the commission, you and Ms. Rita and y'all made things very easy to come in and to understand. You made me feel very much at home. And when you get up here, people expect a lot of you. But if you don't know a lot of practical things to do, you need someone you can go talk to. And I certainly appreciate you always having an open door and allowing me to come by and talk with you about some of the history here and then some of the issues that were pending here. You've proven to be a very good and loyal man, just like everyone is saying. And please let me know when Jim Smith buy you lunch so I can join y'all. He owes me a couple of them too. Thank you, sir.
Ms. Samuels, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Well, I must say that it's emotional for me too to be losing Jerry. I've learned a lot over the years from him. When I started here, I wasn't into history. I didn't think much of it, although I had history through my years of education and growing. But his love of history has rubbed off on me. Now, I love history. Everything that goes on, I'm looking, well, what's that about? Who did that? Why did they do that? And he's shown me how important history is in our lives. Even though history is something that happened in the past, we can use that history to help us go forward today. And Jerry, I appreciate the training and the teaching that you've taught me over the years.
Thank you. Commissioner Brown, would you like to say anything before we conclude?
Jerry's broken an awful lot of us here, all of us. And the best thing that happened, I think, is that when you call Jerry to ask him something, or you call Jerry to put something on the agenda or something like that, you didn't have to go check on it. It was done. And that's kind of a military thing that I like, the idea that someone says what they're going to do it and they do it the right way. And speaking of the military, when I'm reminded of when writing efficiency reports and everything, where everyone says, you have to walk on water, and he walks above the water because you need that to get promoted. Well, Jerry's got those words, and when I used to have to write efficiency reports, I sure could have used some of the words that he has. So I just want to thank Jerry, too, for the friendship we've had. We've been to a number of meetings at NACO together, a number of conventions, and we shared them with Cindy and Kay and Tony. And I reminded his daughter that last time we went someplace big, she had a suitcase. Bigger and bigger and bigger. That was Hawaii. But he broke us in, taught us well, and it's up to everybody to go forward, and we thank him for that.
Thank you very much. Todd, do you have something before we conclude?
Yes, Commissioners, and honored guests in the audience, we have some refreshments in the back that we would like Jerry and Lobster to partake in, please.
Guys are so sneaky.
It's hard to give a guy to have everything something. You got it all right there with you. So, but we do have some cake and punch in the back. We appreciate you joining us at the conclusion of this meeting.
Yeah, y'all must not have told Commissioner Cox we were having him. And Commissioner Gillen would have been here if he known this too. Charles, do you have anything you'd like to say? Please be brief.
That's good, Don.
I love you, Charles.
I was sitting there thinking about how well I've known Jerry over the years and how valuable he has been and is to this parish and to you, and he's been a stabilizing force. When we needed to know something about what was going on or what did he think, I think someone, Carl or someone, said the advice, and others that Jerry would give was always well thought out and always good advice. But I have to agree with Mike Thibodeau, is that the word, when I think about Jerry Spears, a good man, that's exactly what he is, a good man. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, being no other business, we're adjourned.